Right, welcome back to the DB990 Restoration channel. For those of you new, my name is Barry. As you can see, it's pitch black outside, Sunday evening. I think it's about 7:30 at the minute. As usual on a Sunday evening in the UK, there's absolutely zero to watch on television. So I thought I'd come out and do this tonight. We're going to put the quadrant back together so that we can get the quadrant cast and assembled, so when we come to put the rock shaft on, that side of it we can control the lever and keep it in position to save the hydraulics going wild. Right, let's have a look, see what we've got, eh? What we've got here, 2 new friction discs for to go in. So we've got a handle, which the handle is pinned onto this shaft, but the handle is aluminium, the shaft is steel, so it's probably corroded as hell inside there and absolutely solid, so you'd probably destroy the shaft or the pin trying to force them apart. And to be honest with you, there isn't any real benefit to separating that lot. All the internals are here, or little plastic clips, hand wheels, nuts, bolts, spring washers, new pin for the yoke inside of here, and a spring and holder. The thing I'm missing, and I know I had it, was there's a pin goes through the handle here with a plate on it with a hook. I remember painting them, I remember hanging them up to dry, but for the life of me at the minute I cannot find them, but I will. Thing is though, that's easily put in even after that's on the tractor. So we're going to pop all this together so we can control the hydraulics while the engine's running. Then what we're going to do is we'll dismantle it again to paint these white. I have got a tin of orchid white in my cupboard, but it's a litre and I don't want to open the litre tin just for that at the moment. It'll get stripped off when we come to paint the wheels and the tin work. Okay, let's get you repositioned from there up to here so you're looking down on it. Right, let's see if we can do this without shaking the insides out of you. So first things first, let's put our spring carrier onto here. So I'll just loosen my little nut and bolt, put my spring onto there, goes onto the pin here, bolt through the hole, nut and bolt. As I say, all of this will be coming to bits. I know it's a bit daft, but it'll all be coming to bits again to get painted, because I want to paint this orchid white. On the pin here we've got a little washer, and we've got one of these little clips. Oh, that's a tiny little socket, don't I? A little spring clip. Now mine's got a lug missing, so I'm going to order a new one in. That'll do for today, but I'm going to order a new one in for when I strip this to paint it. I'll pop that on there, tiny little socket, and just push it down. That's all it needs. Right, next thing, our handle. Pop a handle in with the 2 friction discs on, our spring washer, and we're going to use this nut, which is the inside nut, because we also have this one, which is the self-locking nut for the outside of the thread. So we're going to put that one on in a second. Now, so what we need here is, this is the inside of the handle, so that one goes in that way, doesn't it? So the easiest way to assemble this, in my mega experienced opinion, is put a disc on your pad, your pad on there, put the second pad on there, feed your handle through, keep it tight to hold, send me a bit of cloth to balance. I'm looking for the 2 dowel holes where there are, put them roughly in line with the unit. Pop that into there. That got a hold? No. Now in a trial fit I did, that only actually went on one way. As I say, the holes must be slightly out. There we go. Now, big spring washer with the bevel in, nut on, and I just want to run this up because I don't want to be using a hammer to close that gap onto the pins between that plate. I want to bring it in gently and controlled. That's better. So then we're going to come up underneath and we're just going to nip that washer till that's got a nice bit of resistance in it. Okay, now we'll pop our lock screw on. Oh, I need a 7/16. No, I've got 7/16 on the brain. I need a 3/4 spanner because I need to keep that still. And bring this one down. Like that. That's tight, but it's actually probably better than it being slack. Okay, next little thing we can do, we'll pop all our fingers into here. Now, I don't believe it matters which way they go on. What we've got here, we have the back of the nut, it's got a flat on it. That fits into that groove. Pop our plastic on. Pop our little washer on. Now again, I've been down through these with the tap just to clean out any muck that's in there. There was a bit of distance on that. Next one, same again. Put our flats in the back of there, line that up, pop my plastic on, pop my washer on, pop a retaining bolt on. That will do. Jimmy. Okay, now flip it over and we'll just put a little rail on the back. Now that's curved and I don't know if that is deliberate or not. I'm going to go with the fact that it might be. Pop my screws. These are the ones that came out. Been wire brushed, cleaned up, we managed to save them. I didn't think we were going to, mind, because it took some getting out. If I remember correctly, one of them had a load of heat on them. I'll just tighten them up enough to make sure that with the vibration of the engine running, it isn't going to drop out and go loose. That catches the spring at that end. So we're on the spring. As I say, my little I need to find the peg and the plate. If not, we need to make them. Right, let's get our casting up and we will get this bolted on to the side of our casting and we'll reconnect our yoke. As you can see, put the handbrake in. Through this hole here, on an angle, goes a little pole and it comes into this area in the casting in here, and there's a spring behind it. So you pop the spring through the hole, pop the pole in, compress it, slide your brake handle in. Now my spring, the original spring, was broken when this came out. I've got a box of springs here. They're long enough, but they didn't seem strong enough. So what I've done is I've put in two springs in there, an inner and an outer. Both compression springs go in there and it's doing quite a good job by the looks of it. So you twist it, pull it up, and it locks. And the yoke, this is the where the arm attaches the push rod from your valve chest, or from your, yes, from the underneath of your valve chest, your selector system. That's got to go in the hole, as I said. Nothing keeps it in except the connecting rod coming through. So we've got our rubber grommet in here. Underneath our grommet we've got an O-ring. That seals everything together. Let's have a quick wipe. Try and keep this clean. Pop that through the hole. Now we've got to get that yoke into there at the same time. Three bolts, one long one's for the spacer. What are they? Are they 1/2 inch? Yes, they are. Getting me measurements right today, aren't I? What's a 3/8, wasn't it? Right, 2 seconds, 3/8 ratchet required. Again, just nipped, don't want to be dogged. Okay, now, that's what tricky bit. Putting what pin got a new pin that secures the yoke to that shaft. Need to line it up a touch. Pop it through the hole. Tell you what guys, wait a minute. Let's go and get a big punch so we're not missing that. Okay, nice big punch. Now we'll use our little one just to drive it in a little bit. Can we see? Or are my fat hands in the way? That'll do it. It's through, it's in. My little collar is in. Everything's tight together. Loads of grip on that. There we go guys. Nice little job for a Sunday evening. All back together. As I say, the only piece missing is the pin and the little plate off there. We will find them or we will make them, one of the two. Okay, that's it for this video. As I say, it was just a very quick one. Get that assembled. That's now ready to be able to go back onto the tractor once we get the rock shaft and the valve chest back in place. Right guys, that's it. Done what we needed to do. I need to have a look for them parts. If not, we can make them at some point. Thank you very much for joining us. As I say, as always, your time's greatly appreciated when you do come seeing us, see what we're up to. Now, we'll get that put away safely. We'll get our floor cleared, we'll get our tools put away. And I don't think tomorrow, we're not doing the rock shaft tomorrow. I think Deb's got designs on a local garden centre. So I think it's the garden centre tomorrow, possibly Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll crack on and get the rock shaft put in. I just like to get it out of the way so it's safe. That was the whole point of putting that selector and the valve chest in there to start with, was to get it off the bench, get it safe so nothing could get into it, nothing could fall on it and damage it. Right gents, thanks very much for visiting. As I say, remember, don't overthink it, it's only nuts and bolts. We'll see you in the next one, hopefully putting the rock shaft back on. Bye now.